Okay, we got the walk-around video of the 59 Edsel Villager wagon. Okay, at close inspection, we'll try to point out the major blemishes that we note. So starting from the front fender, driver's side, blemish there in the fender, small dent there. Tire and hubcap in good shape. Down by the fender wells, there is some blemish and looks like it was repainted there at some point. We do have a magnet with us and we'll do a magnet test. So they do show good grab. As we move throughout, there is some scratches, blemish there. There are some paint blemishes on the top of the hood and a couple of chips there. Certainly the paint shows some age and discoloration in a few areas over here on the passenger side. And front grille and bumper shows good luster and good chrome throughout. It's got certainly a lot of character to it. Moving on to the passenger front fender, there's chips and blemishes in the paint throughout, some discoloration. Same on the passenger side, lower fender. Do a magnet test and it does show that it's grabbing properly. The doors do show a dent here on the rear passenger side. No other dents to be noted. The bright work and the windows and windshield look in good shape. There are no cracks to the windshield, and the weather stripping looks aged a little, but still shows to be in good shape. Roof line, there are no blemishes or dents aside from the paint showing some age there. Once the camera zooms in, you can see it. So moving on to the rear, we see more of that paint discoloration throughout. At close inspection, certainly from a distance, you can see, but is very much for the period of the vehicle proper and expected. So again, the paint discoloration, it is throughout. Okay, and glass is in good shape on this side. Some more chips and paint blemishes there. Hubcap and tire on the passenger side are both in good shape. So we do continue with the magnet test in the relevant areas, and it all shows to be grabbing in good shape. Again, this paint has the discoloration and the texture there. So we got the magnet with the leather, which shows good metal in the relevant areas. So bright work of the trim shows to be in good shape. Window in the rear, the rear glass, it's also in good shape. There are no chips. Chrome is also nice. Now the white paint on the rear fascia does show some discoloration, as well as some of the red, as we have seen throughout. So moving on to the driver's side, we continue that aged paint. The door, driver's side, these have gap once we close it. The rest of it, we'll do the magnet test. Again, same paint, blemish, and texture as we've seen on other parts of the car. Magnet test does show healthy metal. It does show that in here there is some kind of paint fading. And going back to the glass on the driver's side is also in good shape, as we've seen on the rest of the car. It shows its Pennsylvania 1983 inspection on the windshield. So moving on to the interior. It's got its serial plate, and the interior very much shows to be original, in very nice condition. As mentioned, that is not carpet, it's a vinyl with a carpet texture. Let me change to the wider angle. Okay, much easier to see the interior this way. Very well presented and respectable condition, which it certainly shows to be original. So the car has a very discreet keychain here. Make sure you don't lose that key, but certainly it's nice to hear the engine starts right up. Get the steering wheel out of the way. Horn doesn't work. Let's see if I can do a little bit more. So there you go. So it comes back so we can see the gauges. Blinkers do appear to work properly. I do not believe the fuel gauge works. Radio not work either, but surprisingly enough the clock does work, which is always nice to see in these vintage cars. Interior light works, all the window cranks properly function. It's got a good acceleration. The engine warms up and idling goes down. tons of character in this wagon, very good looking, and as some of the comments have mentioned, it will be very hard to find another one in your neighborhood or your local car show. A very, very cool cruiser, a great color combo. We'll do the drive along and upload the videos to the listing.